Okay, Lady Luck, let's see what we get. Oh yes, that looks like that's the main card. Oh yes, that's the Master Collection card. So welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. I'm just going through the vault at the moment. This is the first tier of the vault, and so far it's been absolutely wonderful. So I just got the Master Collection card and the main card from the vault. I've been looking at the cards since morning, and I really like what I see. The Master Collection card is really good. The Ultimate Form is absolutely brilliant. The main card is very good. The support card is okay, and the ultra rare is good as well. So this week Water Commander deck is a brilliant deck, and if you're looking for a brilliant Water Commander deck, this is the Water Commander deck that you need. It produces quite a lot of power gem, and it will deal quite a lot of damage. So this is a brilliant deck for this week, and we're gonna just go through a few more of the vaults, and then we're gonna talk a bit about the cards. So this is the second tier of the vault. Let's see what I get. So the support card as expected, and nothing spectacular on this tier of the vault. Yeah, not only this support card, which is nice to have. Always like to have my support cards. Some support cards are better than others. This one is a healer, and it produces water gems passively, which is not too bad. It produces I think it's 5 water gems each time it attacks. So let's go to the third tier of the vault and see if we can get the ultra rare or the second Master Collection card. So it's a second main card, a second support card, and I think that will be it for there is the relic, and then it's just catalysts. And gifts. I really like the vault. I think the vault is, I'm not gonna say brilliant idea, because I used to say that the runes were a brilliant idea and they just upped and changed the runes. So I think whatever we actually love, they actually get rid of it. So I really and truly don't want them to get rid of the vault. I think the vault is absolutely brilliant. I would really like the vault to remain a permanent feature within the game, so I'm not gonna jinx it. Just gonna say the vault is good. Godflesh. This is a card from the Thrall deck. The Thrall is the Master Collection card. The Godflesh, I think Godflesh is either the Ultra. Don't know which is which, because I wasn't around. Wasn't playing the game the time when that card came about, and I think that event as well was a vault event, which is coincident. Okay, let's get into the newsfeed for this week. So this week is the second week of the anniversary, and this is the anniversary vault. And this week vault VIPs will get extra bonuses to give, things to give to your guild, things for yourself, so you can trade them within your guild, you can give them away within a guild. It's up to you now. You actually do things within your guild if you're a VIP. That's why I encouraged you guys last week to try and get VIP just for this month only, so you can actually benefit from VIP. Last week I went and purchased 2 of the 1000 gem vault, which was really good. I end up getting 2 extra Master Collection card. One was a shiny hero and an extra ultra rare, which gave me a 2 pink star ultimate form, and my deck was brilliant. I managed to finish 7th on the solo leaderboard in the Emperor League. Didn't want to finish 5th to get promoted back up to Legend League. I really and truly don't like Legend League. Legend League is, It's stressful and it's a lot of work to be in Legend League unless you're a pay-to-play player. So here is the main card. It's called Seabound Sniper, and it's basically feature one of the personalities from the network team. He's actually the voice behind the deck when they say this week comprises of 5 components. Yeah, that's Sniper Weed, and that's Sniper Weed in the front of the card. So this card will create 4 water power gem 1s, and if you are celebrating, that is doubled. Charge rate is 9, cooldown is 5. The passive also creates 4 water power gem 1s, and it as well is doubled if you're celebrating. So celebrating is the buff, almost like overflow, but this card can create a maximum of 16 power gem 1s, which is absolutely brilliant. Can't remember seeing a event card or a main card that actually produces 16 power gem 1s. We have support card that produces 15 power gem 3s. It takes a long time to produce 15 power gem 3s. This one will produce 16 power gem 1s as soon as you've got the celebration buff, and you activate its battle skill. So that is absolutely brilliant. I think this main card is quite good to have. As you've seen, I've got 2 of the main card already and 1 master collection card. So if I can get a 3rd main card from the 5-star collection along with the master collection card, that would be my deck for this week. So let's get into the ultimate form. The ultimate form is a cracking one. It's a really good ultimate form. The ultimate form will create 4 water power gem 4s, and if you're celebrating, this is doubled. So you can create 8 power gem 4s as long as you've got celebrating buff. And if you manage to time everything properly, the passive, which is got 2 passive, will kick in. The first passive, it will every 3 turns create 4 water power gem 3s. If you're celebrating, it will be doubled, so that will be 8 water power gem 3s. So that's 16 we've gone so far. The second passive, each time this hero attacks, if it will create 4 water power gem and 2 water power gem 4s. So that is an extra 5 water gems, 2 power gems and 2 power gems and 4 water gems, so that's 6. So that's an extra 6 gems. So 16 and 6 is 22. So this card on its own, if you time it properly, can create 22 gems on the board. 18 water power gems and 4 water gems. So 18 power gems is quite a lot for one card, and 4 water gems. We've only seen that with the Halloween mechanics, and that is intensity dependent, so it takes a long time before you can actually fill the board. So this card, you just need the buff, time your attacks properly, get your turns, count your turns, and then make your attack, get your power gems, boom, off you go. So it's a really powerful ultimate form, especially if you can get it up to 6 pink star. If you're pay to play, if you're free to play, 1 pink star, 2 pink star, even 3 pink star would be absolutely wonderful. Really like this ultimate form. Okay, so that's your ultimate form for this week. Wave Warriors, and it's an attacker, and it's got the face of another network personality. I think she's called Nicole. So let's look at our master collection card, and as you can see, I can actually craft a master collection card, but I'm thinking, do I want to craft a master collection card and have 2 master collection card? Then on the next layer event I haven't got any dust, so a bit apprehensive at the moment. So master collection card will also create 4 water power gem 3s, and if you are celebrating, that will be doubled. The passive, it will every 3 turns it will create 4 water power gem free, and it will be doubled if you are celebrating. So that's 16 water power gem freeze. It hasn't got the second passive, because the second passive on the ultimate form came from the ultra rare. So that's why the ultra rare has got 2 passive, one from the Master Collection card and another one from the ultra rare. But this card is really a good Master Collection card. I think it's very powerful. If you've got 3 Master Collection card, 1 ultra rare, 1 ultimate form, your deck will be almost unstoppable, especially when you go up to prestige. This is your ultra rare for this week. The Enchanting Empress. And the Enchanting Empress, what does she do? And that's the face of Nicole again. So the Enchanting, yeah, there we go. The Enchanting Empress will make you become immune to damage for 1 turn if you're hit by the enemy. But if you're hit by the enemy attack while immune, heal for 1000% of hero recovery. That's this card's recovery rate. And cleanse all debuff. That's absolutely brilliant. Cleansing all debuff. That doesn't matter what the debuff is. So a debuff is anything that is placed on your card by the enemy, and a buff is anything that you place on your card, like attack buff. So the passive will, each time this hero attack, it creates 4 water power gem and 4 water gems and 2 water power gem force. So that's where the second passive came from on the ultimate form. Immortal Killer is this week killer skill, and yeah, as I said, this deck is absolutely brilliant. Like the mechanics, the mechanics on this deck is a mix and match from several other decks. So you got the mechanics from the Wendigo deck, you got the mechanics from, yeah, the mechanics where you become immune is from the Wendigo deck, and free turn it's from, so it's basically, it's almost the generation 3 Wendigo deck, this deck basically. Only thing, the Master Collection card is not like Dynamite Dougal. Dynamite Dougal doesn't create as much power gem as this Master Collection card. So this deck is vastly more better, vastly more powerful than the Wendigo deck. The Wendigo deck is a very good deck, and if you've got the Wendigo deck would be a good addition to this deck. So you can use Dynamite Dougal or an Iron Spine Night Horse if you've got them in addition to this deck. Depends on the cards that you've got. If you've got other ultimate forms, you can put other ultimate forms with this deck, but it depends. I haven't got any Water Commander ultimate forms. I haven't even got very good Water Commander cards really. A few Master Collection cards which are not really the greatest, but it is what it is. Try and get this one and start building my commander decks, because I've been focusing a lot on my Slayer decks. So let's look at the support card for this week. So your support card is Nicole, Waveborn Whisperer, and that's the name of the presenter on the network app. This card is actually designed for her. And what does she do? Become immune to damage for 1 turn. If hit by an enemy attack while immune, heal for 300% of hero recovery. And if you are above 200 Water Commander skill points, it will start celebration. So 200 skill points is a bit high. 100 would be much better. Passive creates 4 water gem every time this hero attacks. So that one is actually from the mechanics from the Ultimate Power Couple mechanics, where the support card attacks and it creates water gems. So as I said, it's a mix and match of mechanics from different decks, but it works. It's quite good. Kind of like the idea behind this deck. See where network is going with the mix and match of mechanics, and I really and truly like it. I'm loving it. That's your support card. The support card is a card that you can get one copy if you play the event, and it's not an attacker, it's a warrior this week, so it's got high health and low attack. So I don't want to craft the Master Collection card, because what I want to do, I want to save my dust for the next Waterslay event, because I believe Network is going to bring out the final chapter of the BioBlitz mechanic, which we have only got the water affinity left. However, the last two deck that they brought out with the mechanics hasn't been as powerful as the hard-won Golorellas or the original deck, which is the BioBlitz, which is a bit disappointing, really disappointing. But they're still good decks to have, still brilliant decks to have. I've got all the 4 decks, and the BioBlitz is quite good. So this is Tanu the Cunning. It's a healer. It heals your deck passively. It creates water gems. It's a very good card to have if you haven't got a copy. If you weren't playing the game before, if you started playing the game after this card appeared in the game, you can get a copy today, and it's a very good healer. There's 2 other cards that's got the mechanics that it's got. It's the Wicked Queen and Aladdin. They've got that passive heal where they keep your deck healed, and they're very good cards. So I've got a copy of Aladdin, I've got a copy of this one, and I've got a copy of the Wicked Queen. So this one isn't that good. It's quite a whole card, and it's not really a brilliant one. This is not really a card that you really need, apart from having it to get the dust, because what it does, it increases the attack of honor cards, and it creates 1 power gem free passively if you've got a power gem on the board, which doesn't really work that well nowadays. It worked well when it came out, but not now. We need cards that generate power gem and lots of power gem. But if you're looking for a card to boost the damage output of your honor deck, then that's a card for you. This one is not brilliant at all. I got this one some time ago, and reading battle skill, create 1 water gem plus 1 additional per 40 ancient intensity. We've got loads water gem spawners that can do that, so it's not a brilliant card really. Yep, so those are your 3 extra cards that you need for this week. The best of the 3 would be Tanu, but realistically what you would want from the 5-star collection is a copy of the main hero, Sniper Weed. It's not called Sniper Weed, but I just like to call it Sniper Weed. Name sounds a bit more cooler. So we're gonna have a look at a few cards, perspective cards. So let's start with the deck. So this is the deck that I threw together after getting my cards, and I've got the two main card on the 2 main hero on it. I've got the Master Collection card, which I got earlier. I've got 1 copy of Nicole, which I've powered up, and I've got this one, Sea Swelling Titan. So Sea Swelling Titan actually creates Power Gem 3 based on stacks. So when it gets up to, it's got the Grail mechanics basically. So when it gets up to 15 stacks, you allow it to expire, and it creates 15 Power Gem freeze. 15 Power Gem freeze along with the 16 Power Gem 1s created by both main cards, and the 16 Power Gem 3s created by the Master Collection card will fill your board with power gems ranging from 1, 2s, 3s, and 4s. The only card that's got the killer skill on this particular setup is the Master Collection card, which doesn't really give you that massive bang for your buck, but it can do quite a bit of damage. So this is the only card with the killer skill, and I'm thinking probably I will have to craft the ultra rare to get ultimate form. Maybe not. This is Iron Spine Knight horse, and its battle skill is increase human attack by 20%, but its passive creates water power gem once every 3 turns. So you see where that passive came from. Dynamite Dougal does it's an upgraded version of Iron Spine Knight Horse. I haven't got it, didn't get much from that particular event. Didn't even get this one, which is the ultra rare for the same deck. This is Josephine Quick Draw, and she will create water gems and power gems passively, plus she gives you immunity and she makes you resilient. So resilience actually decreases the amount of damage that you take for 3 turns, plus the immunity, so that's 4 turns. 1 turn you're totally immune from damage, 3 other turns you take less damage. So this is a good card that can be added to your deck for this week as well, because your ultra rare has got that same immunity and they both create power gems passively. So that's a brilliant card that can be added to your deck. This card is quite unique, Precumbrious. It's got a battle skill that places a constricting clamp onto the enemy, and what it does, it allows the enemy to take 20% extra damage. It's got a 3 turn cooldown, but the constricted clamp lasts for 4 turns, so you can get an overlap on the 4th turn, which allows the enemy to take 40% extra damage, which is absolutely brilliant. It's a very good card to have. Next card that I've got is Sea Swelling Titan, which I spoke about a bit earlier, and I've also got the support card, which it does the same thing like the Sea Swelling Titan. The only difference between both cards is one gives you 2 stacks and one gives you 4 stacks. Yeah, so that's the only difference between both cards. Yeah, so these are cards that can be added to your deck if you're looking for cards to add for your deck, but we'll speak a bit more about these cards tomorrow when we do our possible deck combos. Now let's speak Dragoons. Dragoons are very, very good cards. They're very unique cards, and they can be specialized. So like this one, if I specialize it to Hana, it will basically become Dr. Nunat. So it will basically take on the characteristic of Dr. Nunat. So it will have the same battle skill as Dr. Nunat. And if you look at this one as well, this one increases human attack. So this one is it's got the battle skill of Dynamite Dougal. If you craft this one to the human, so you can see that Dragoons are quite unique in this regard. And the earlier Dragoons will take on characteristic of earlier Master Collection card. The ones from 3.0, the ones now will take on characteristic of cards from 3.0. So we also got the latest Water Dragoon, which we're going to have a look at soon. So this one, Bone Chilling Krampus, is a generation 2 Dragoons, but I've never really managed to get all the stuff that I need to actually specialize one. I just recently got most of the stuff that I need to take this one up to 6-star and a second one up to 6-star. So for the past, when the Dragoons came out, I think was last year summer, so probably a year now. It took me a year to basically take two of my Dragoons up to 6-star. So this one is Gen 3 Dragoon, and as you can see, it can also be specialized to Hana, which will give it Dr. Nunat's battle skill. With Dr. Nunat's battle skill, it will create 2 power gems and then 1 additional for every 75 intense skill point. This one, I'm assuming when it gets up to 6-star and you actually specialize it, you can probably get Pinocchio's battle skill, and that's what I'm aiming for. I want to get one up to 6-star and specialize it so it takes on Pinocchio's battle skill, because I really wanted the Pinocchio deck and I wanted the ultimate form and the master collection card. Didn't get it, so that's like a backdoor to get what you want. So that's some of the cards that you can use within your deck. I've got more cards. Some are good, some are not really great, but we'll put them together tomorrow. We'll see what they're able to do. We'll find the best of the lot, and then I will present them and you decide what you will do with the information, basically. So I'm hoping that the information that I've given you today is helpful. I normally say cards to have and cards not to have. All the cards today are good to have. Absolutely brilliant deck. Try as much to get the main card. If you can go up to tier 4 of the vault, try and go up to tier 4 of the vault. If you can't craft the ultra rare or the master collection card, the main card is a very good card to have. Very, very good card to have. So try and get at least the main card from this event to add to your collection if you're free to play and you haven't got the gems or the dust. So from me, iOctane, it's like, subscribe, please leave a comment below, share the video. Until tomorrow when we do our possible deck combos, have a great day and peace. Bye.